Perhaps you have a calling deep inside your heart, but you're too afraid to go toward that goal, toward that dream, toward that calling, because you're stuck in fear of what they might say, think. You might feel like you're being judged. You might have imposter syndrome coming up, telling you, who are you to do that thing, to shine your light? So before I go any further, I want to tell you this truth. If you tap into your heart and hear me, the world needs your light more than ever. The world needs your light. So if you're a heart-centered person and you hear that, know it's of service if you follow your dreams, follow your passion. Now, I myself was so stuck for so many years, stuck in paralysis of fear that I would be judged if I were to go after any type of dream because I was afraid to be visible. Perhaps that strikes a chord with you. I learned on my journey, because now you see I make videos, I teach classes, I run women's groups, I market myself, and it was a journey. I was very blocked with my visibility, and I realized that I had to look at my empathic qualities, which an empath is a person that's extremely sensitive, or some people are extreme, some people are not as extreme. I was extremely sensitive, and still am, to other people's energy, other people's moods, other people's emotions. So deeply sometimes that I wouldn't even discern if they were mine or someone else's. And once I learned the tools, there are tools of how to manage my own energy, my entire life changed. And I turned my empathic gifts, I turned what felt like a curse into a gift. And it did not feel like a gift for so many years. It felt like a curse to be so sensitive and so afraid to be visible. And one thing I want to say, the reason I'm bringing empaths into visibility, into this conversation, is in my journey, I realized that when I'm being visible, if I picture myself on a stage or I picture myself teaching something, I used to feel myself almost leave my body and become the audience. I did not have strong energetic boundaries back then. And I still have to work on my energetic boundaries all the time. Once I learned how to manage my energy, like I said, my energetic boundaries are stronger, and I'm able to stay in my power, and I'm able to be visible. It's not scary. So if you hear me and you had that fear of being on stage, public speaking, if you consider yourself more of an introvert, it's a survival skill for a lot of empaths to play small, because you're like a walking nerve. You're like a walking antenna, a sponge sometimes, soaking it all up. And it doesn't have to be that way. In fact, not only can you thrive as an empath and use those gifts, they're intuitive gifts. You might not even know that. You can learn to tap deeper into those gifts and use them in your business and in your life. And you can thrive. You can actually thrive. It won't be a curse. It won't be a burden anymore. For years, I would tell my mom as a kid, I feel invaded. I didn't know what an empath was growing up. I didn't have the languaging around it. I just would tell my mom, I feel so invaded all the time. I don't feel that way anymore. And if I start to feel that creeping in, I know exactly what to do. And so I'm sharing this with you today because I have so many clients who don't know they're actually empaths. They don't know until we work together and they start learning. And then I teach them the tools to manage their energy, and they are thriving. They are stepping out, shining their light, being bold, and serving in their big-hearted way that they've always wanted to, but they're not afraid. I also want to tell you another thing. A lot of people who consider themselves codependents or recovering codependents or people pleasers or recovering people pleasers are also empaths. And the reason there's a correlation there is because as a survival skill, empaths often people please because when you are feeling everyone else around you, when you feel everyone else around you, you want the people around you to feel good. Why do you want them happy? Why would you want the people around you to feel good? Because if you're feeling their energy, you'll feel better if they feel better, right? If they're in a horrible mood, you're going to feel it. So a lot of us empaths, I would say most empaths, as a survival skill to feel good ourselves, have learned to people please, have learned to be codependent just so we can have some relief and feel better. I talk about all this and more in my upcoming masterclass. It's called The Confident Empath, and I'm really excited to share this with you. It's called The Confident Empath, and it's how to take your sensitivity and turn it into a superpower. I teach all kinds of tips, everything I know, and everything I teach my own clients. And I am so excited to share this with you. It's a masterclass for women, so I hope you can join. It's at the end of this month. If you're watching this in February of 2025, it is going to be February 26th. That's a Wednesday, February 26th at noon Pacific. I hope you can join. It's for women. There is going to be a link to click and register. I hope you can make it. It's a limited time masterclass. It's totally free. I'll put a link below, and feel free to share with your women friends or anyone that could benefit. And I'm excited to share this with you. I think it's really needed in this world. And yeah. And so if you liked this video, I would love a thumbs up. If you can give it a thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. I have so many more videos for you. It's free resources to help you thrive. And I just want to say, life is too short to play small. You deserve to shine your light in the world, and the world deserves to have your light. You are a magnificent, brilliant being, and the world needs you to shine your light. So stop hiding out. All right, my friends, I wish you all the best, and I look forward to seeing you in the masterclass. Mwah.